Good morning, everybody. It's Rob. And first off, I want to apologize. I did not give a shout out to my two newest subscribers. Uh, Brian Gorman, big into red, white, and blue racing. He's been keeping me updated as to how his red, white, and blue racing is going along. Also, Thomas Morgan. He's big into wrestling, face to the mat, very much interested in getting more wrestlers for face to the mat. Thomas, these are only um, just sheets, but if you'd like them, I will cut them, send them to you, or um, we'll figure out a way for you to get these if you want to do it. And without messing them up. But if these are paper, maybe I'll cut them, send them to you, let you have those. These are some that you can create. And there's a whole sheet of 12 there. Harley raced, recently deceased. Nick Bockwinkel, Terry Funk, Dory Funk Jr. It's a lot of decent wrestlers there. It really is. Jackie Fargo, Chief J Strongbow. Yeah, these are only paper. They're not any card stock at all. So I can get those to you. They'll be something you can use until you get the card stock of them. And I can work on trying to get that to you at a later time. But you give me your address, I'll get those over to you. Also, let's see. Yeah, Brian, you've been keeping me updated about your red, white, and blue racing. Congrats on that. And if you start broadcasting, let me know, and I will go on my channel and let everybody know the name of your channel, and we'll get some people over your way. Thomas, brand new to the channel, just got in touch with me 2-3 days ago, and he saw some of my my face to the mat wrestling. And Thomas, you may be interested in maybe going to philsingergames.com, FILSINGER games. Google it. Just Google Phil Singer Games, and you'll see Legends of Wrestling. You've got a few hundred wrestlers available there. And if you order from Phil Singer, they may tell you they're going to send you 13 or 14. You may get 15 or 17, 16 or 17, something like that, wrestlers on fully sized card stock. Each individual wrestler is, and they'll send it to you in a nice little package. Doesn't bend, and they take care of the stuff really well. I've been going through my emails while I'm talking to you guys, trying to see if I can find maybe something some more wrestlers. Back earlier in the summer, I had some I think emailed to me, and I don't think I downloaded them. I think I just got them emailed, and then I sent them off to Office Max to get them printed on card stocks. So let me find those. If I find those, I'll hook you up with that as well. You'll find out real quick in our community that if you're an active member, you're showing up at different live events that are ongoing, especially in things that you thrive with. Brian, if you show up at a lot of the red, white, and blue racing races that different people do, you'll find out real quick. Well, hey, I got this, or I've got that. Would you would you like that or something? Starcross 300. By all means, Brian. That's a free download on. It's available under free stuff at play.com under the red, white, and blue emblem. And that's not a bad set to get, and it's a great starter set, and it's free. So All you have to do is pay for the printing cost. Um, Thomas, in your case, the face to the mat, like I say, I've got roughly 20 wrestlers here for you. We'll start you off with that anyway. We'll get you going. And yeah, I, a lot of wrestling fans have different ways. Some like the real guys, and some like the ones that are made up by Play.com or whoever. I like the legit wrestlers, the real deal. That's my thinking, and that's the way I roll. But I know a lot of people like the wrestlers that are fabricated, and it's nothing wrong with that. But I can maybe help you out with some of the ones that are true to life wrestlers. I might be able to help you out there somewhere along the way. So just keep following my channel. You never know when I may stumble across something and be like, wow, this may be something Thomas Morgan would like to have. So, and I'm always thinking about it's two or three guys. Dave Little. You watch his channel. Dave has Heartland Havoc. Some good wrestling there. Um, Tabletop Sports Delaware. He's had some good wrestling on his channel. Um, Sports Time Machine. Mike has wrestling on his sometimes. You just never know who may end up having wrestling on that channel. And a lot of times we are big baseball fans, and I know if you're a pure wrestling fan and you're not, well, I don't like baseball, I don't like football, I don't like basketball, none of that. You just have to bear with us because a lot of times during seasons we end up doing a baseball or some type of get going with something, um, and we may put wrestling on the back burner. Bear with us. Watch old videos. Watch some of our old ones because I mean, Dave Little has hundreds of them. He doesn't have tens of them. He's got a bunch. I think he's got Heartland Havoc 200 and something already. So you can go back and watch from the beginning with him. See how he keeps it up. He's got Legends of Wrestling with Phil Singer. And he's the one really got me into that myself. And you'll find out real quick if you watch somebody and you like their game. A lot of times you'll end up being like, okay, well, I'm gonna follow along with this guy or girl because kind of has my way of thinking as to what things that's going on. ID Jester, um, baseball wise, he and I are a whole lot alike about things. So a lot of times when he comes up with new baseball ideas, I'm the first one to kind of try to watch and see if it's something that maybe I like. Wrestling wise, Dave Little, you can't go wrong there. Dave knows his stuff. Been around the sport for a long time, and has been around that Phil Singer Games, Legends of Wrestling for a while. Knows his stuff, and it's a fun game. Um, Red, White, and Blue Racing. I watched different people play that. Probably the person I watched the most probably was Anthony Crooks, Bleacher Bums Gaming, and I got involved in watching his videos. So, Brian, you may want to go to Bleacher Bums Gaming, and he's got some old red, white, and blue races from a couple of years ago, and they're enjoyable. Um, you'll see I play a little bit different than some of the other guys, only due to the fact um, a duel is such a quick move, and I made number 6 the back group, the bottom group, and it seems like the good drivers work their way to the front. They normally do. Once in a while, you're going to get somebody up front. And you're like, damn, how did he get up there? but not too often. Most of the time, the better drivers work their way to the front, and the ones that are maybe lacking a little bit are going to be middle group and bottom group, and just about like normal. So I do it that way, and on a full race, generally, it's not too far off from the original, the way it went down. So it's always pretty good. So in closing, I'd like to thank Brian Gorman and Thomas Morgan for subscribing to my channels, number 114 and number 115. It's been a little slow summer. Everybody, what's going on? Amish Elvis, what's up, my friend? Been on a little bit of a slow summer. It's been so hot, though. People just have not, you know, even to get people to turn their computers on here in this summertime, I guess, has been uh, people just wanted to stay away from everything, I guess. Watch TV, whatever they got going on, or go out and get outside and do something. But the heat here on the East Coast has been tremendous. This past week's been pretty good, but the way I understand today, we're supposed to get 95 again, 93, something like that. So my butt behind will be indoors most of the day today. Brian, just my advice is if you were especially looking for maybe a new set or two, um, follow along on follow along eBay, follow along on YouTube, watch some different races go down. You may find out where somebody got a hold of a set of drivers that may not be available now. I don't know, and they may have it on a PDF or something. And just keep your eyes and ears open. I will do the same thing myself for you. In your case, Thomas, face to the mat, I can probably find you some more of those. If you go to play.com, face to the mat, free stuff. They have an Italian championship wrestling that's probably 30, maybe as many as 50 wrestlers on it. All of them, their names are in Italian, but that's a good start as some wrestlers that you may want to have. They're full color, so if you're going to get them printed off, it's going to cost a little bit more. But there's some wild wrestlers in that. Most of them are masked, but very, very good. This set right here, if I'm able to find the PDF for you after I mail this to you, you ought to be able to get it sent off wherever you want to, or do it yourself on good card stock. Highly recommend at least 100, 110 card stock. Anything less than that, you might as well leave it on a piece of paper. 50 card stock, that's just glorified cardboard. That's all it is. And it's not that great. So if you're not going to put it on 110 or more, I probably would just use paper and be like, okay, I can make 2 or 3 copies of this, put it inside your board, inside your box or whatever, and roll with it. If you take good care of it, they're not going anywhere anyway. But Jerry Lawler, Jack Briscoe, Abdullah the Butcher, it's a bunch of good wrestlers there, and it's 2 sheets. So I'm not going to cut them up yet. I'm going to find out how you would like it sent to you, and we maybe can work out something. My channel upcoming. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me lead off by saying the Falcons played an excellent game last night, and played out of their mind well, in fact, and beat the Eagles. And that was a bit of a shock to me. This week's games, there are a couple of good ones, but most of them are not anything really. Most of them are bad team against bad teams. Not very many good teams playing each other. So here's my picks for starting Thursday night. don't forget tonight, I still have the Jets beating the Browns 21-0. I mean 21-0. 21-20, I think. Yeah. Even without their starting quarterback. So we'll see what happens there. Titans at Jaguars. The Jags, they if you watched that game at all yesterday, their defense was upset. They were mad. They were pissed. They were in Texas and down in Houston. They outplayed Houston for the better part of 2.5, 3 quarters, and they just couldn't get any offense going. I think against Tennessee, they're going to have a little more luck. 0-2 makes you do some wild stuff sometimes and makes you try to pull something out of the hat. For some reason, I like the Jags in this game. 21-17 over the Titans. Bengals and Bills. Another 0-2 scenario with the Bengals. The Bills, how good are you? You beat the Jets. You beat the Giants. The Bengals have a better defense than either one of those two teams. And for some reason, I think the Bengals are going to win this game. I think they win flat out, straight up, 28-27 to beat the Bills. The Bills come back to life a little bit. Dolphins and Cowboys. Have you got yourself a counting meter and just let it go click, 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 click? Because it could be that bad for the Dolphins. I got the Cowboys win this game 41-16. Dolphins may not score that much, in fact. Broncos and Packers. I liked the Broncos until yesterday. Broncos just really let me down. I don't think their coaching's very good. And they're just, to me, oh, wow. I don't know. There's something missing off that team. Then they're going to Lambeau, and you're going to go play the Packers. It's just a mix of nothing good. I like the Packers this game big, 33-14, Green Bay over Denver. Falcons and Colts. This was one I originally thought the Colts may have a great chance of winning this game. After watching Atlanta last night, I was now the one thing that hurts or I don't like. The one thing I don't like about the Falcons is they lost a lot of linemen last night. And that's not a good sign, especially when you're going to another dome with another hard field and fast field. That's the one thing that's a red flag for me. So don't put a lot of money on this game. I'm going to still pick the Falcons to win, but very, very – I'm treading on it real lightly here. Falcons are the better team here, 31-21, but this is one I do not touch with money because anytime you got one dome team going to see another dome team, there's not as big a difference as far as there's differences in the field, even though they're both indoors. So I like your Falcons in this game, but don't throw a lot of money that way. Ravens and Chiefs. I think this is where Lamar Jackson finds out, okay, this is what it takes to be a real quarterback in the NFL. The Ravens defense has played great so far. Now they get to go to Arrowhead, and I'll be the first to admit I'm not a big proponent of the KC quarterback, the kid that won the MVP last year. Mahomes. I'm not a big Mahomes guy, but they're the better team here. They're the better team here, and when you do, even if you don't agree with this guy being the best or this guy being the best, in this case right here, the Chiefs are the better team. They're the better team than the Ravens, significantly. And I'm going to take the Chiefs big here. This may be one that I may end up eating my lunch on because I picked a couple of big games yesterday and they weren't that big, but this is one I think the Chiefs can blow them off the field, 34-10. I think Lamar Jackson just finds out what it really takes to be an NFL quarterback here, and gets his lunch handed to him. Raiders and Vikings. I just I have never known where Kirk Cousins' head is. When he played with the Redskins, he would throw for 300 yards, but at the end of the day, you knew he threw for 1 or 2 touchdowns and 2 or 3 interceptions. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't care, And the Raiders have played 2 good games so far, and they're going to Minnesota. And, all the lines are probably going to tell you, watch out for Minnesota. Watch out for Minnesota. Watch out. I like Oakland. I like Oakland in this game. I really do. Oakland, they're laying under the radar. They've gotten rid of their problems. Carr is playing well. He's not playing great, but he's playing well. He's not throwing the ball up for grabs like Kirk Cousins does. This is one I wouldn't touch with a dime. But I think the Raiders win this game. I think they go into Minnesota and beat Minnesota 28-27. The next one, Lord have mercy, Jets and Patriots. Jets get they get to play tonight. Okay, so they're going to be on a short week already. Look at what the Patriots did yesterday. Even without the short week, you got to like your Patriots. Jets on a short week. Jets going to Gillette. Jets without their starting quarterback. The Patriots maybe with the best defense they've ever had in their existence. This may be their best defense. Jets have no shot here, folks. I'm sorry. It's a lot of times, I told you yesterday, I thought the Dolphins, as hard as it was for New England to go to Miami just did not have anything for this team. And the Jets don't either. 38-9. Let's take the Patriots and don't be scared to run with that. If it's 20 point point spread, jump on it. I don't see the Jets scoring that. It may not even score 9, but I just don't see them doing much. Lions and Eagles. This was before last night's game. I got this score right here, and I'm gonna keep it. Matthew overhyped Stafford. Going to Lincoln Financial Field. Philadelphia is going to be pissed because they got beat. Just nothing points to me to the Lions here. The Lions, I thought may keep it close, and they still may keep it close. But I like the Eagles here, 30-28. Something tells me that the Lions are going to keep it close, but I'm going to take the Eagles here. We'll see what happens. The game that nobody cares about unless you live in North Carolina, South Carolina, or Arizona. It's the Panthers and the Cardinals. Well, ask my wife. My wife is a big Fitz fan. Panthers and Cardinals. Cam Newton versus Kyler Murray. Not a big fan of Cam Newton. If you've ever watched me before, you can't be the most vocal guy during the game, screaming and hollering, and still be a leader, as far as I'm concerned. And I just never have liked him. Kyler Murray, undersized. He's going to have a ton of effort ready to come out against Carolina. But I just think Carolina's a better team here. I think Arizona may be one of the 3 or 4 worst teams out there. I may miss this one, but I'm taking the Panthers here. I'm taking the Carolina 29, Arizona 27. Next one is another game. Boy, oh boy. Giants and Buccaneers. Um, Eli Manning, Uncle Doofus, heading down to Tampa to go play uh, Tampa Bay, and they're back into a shambles again. Tampa is. They both teams are reeling, and this is their season right here. And anytime somebody tells me, okay, it's these two teams' season, I'll look at the quarterback and which one has the capability of winning a game. And it's Eli Manning. I'm not a big proponent of Eli. I've always said that he can make some of the stupidest moves and throws, but he's a better quarterback right here than Jameis Winston. Um, Neither one of them thrill me. I'm gonna take a Giants 31, Tampa Bay 29. Next game, still nothing that's really screaming my name here, but hey, we'll call the game anyway, right? Texans and Chargers. Um, Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a Philip Rivers fan. I'm not a Philip Rivers fan at all. I think Philip Rivers is overhyped. Uh, he's one of the guys. He's like Kirk Cousins. He can throw for 350 yards, but you can always bet on that one or two that he's just going to throw up for grabs. And that during the game, you can't afford those one or two turnovers that generally turn into 6 to 10 points. And for that reason alone, I'm taking the Texans. I don't like neither team here. I wouldn't touch this game, not with a dime of your money. But I'm gonna take the Texans here. 21, Chargers 17. The next game, you may be like scratching your head, like, okay, Rob, what the hell are you thinking here? But bear with me. Steelers versus 49ers. Steelers 0-2. Steelers have looked like crap. 49ers with Garoppolo have looked excellent. They have dotted the I's and crossed the T's. They've played great. They've played pretty clean. They're putting a lot of points on the board, and the defense is playing awesome. I'm taking the Steelers in this game. Mike Tomlin will have this team ready. Roethlisberger better play the best game he's played in 2 or 3 years right here in this game. They cannot go 0-3. You don't have to worry about the Browns and the Bengals. I don't think those two teams are nothing to worry about. But the Ravens are going to run away with this division if you don't watch out. And Steelers in this game, everything points to the 49ers. 49ers probably are the better team of the two right now. Better quarterback of the two is probably Garoppolo. The better defense is probably the 49ers. 49ers are at home. But Coach Mike Tomlin is one coach that he catches so much hell, but now I think we kind of realize why he was the way he was. Look at the people he had on that team. I'm taking the Steelers here in this game. I may lose. I may lose bad. 35-24. I think they beat them. I think they beat them good. 49ers are more than capable of blowing the Steelers off the field. I don't think it's going to happen. But the Steelers is my pick here. 35-24, maybe an upset special, but that's the team I'm going to take there. Saints and Seahawks. It looks like Breeze is going to be out probably 2-3 more weeks minimum. He's going to see a hand specialist today in L.A. If you saw him yesterday, when he tried to pick a football up, he just set the damn thing down. He didn't even try. He just said, hell with it. I'm sure he's had it on ice or whatever the last, 12, 14 hours. Is that going to get him ready for the Seahawks defense, though, in Seattle? No. I'm not even sure I would have liked the Saints before that, but now I don't like the Saints at all with Bridgewater. And Bridgewater's hurting. The way I understand, he is limping around a little bit. So they may be out on a hunt for a new quarterback. And anytime you're looking for a quarterback in week 3, it's never a good sign. Um, I don't think Seahawks anything to write home about either. Um, they haven't really put up a lot of points, but and the Saints played good defense yesterday against the Rams team for a little while. They really did. Um, Seahawks are not going to blow them off the field, but they're going to win this game. 21-14, Seattle over New Orleans. Next Sunday night, wow, Rams and Browns. The new age Browns. Well, tonight we get to find out what the Browns are all about. Before that game even goes down, I'm going to pick this game. The Browns are more than capable of winning tonight in New York. I know I picked the Jets. The Browns have the roster to beat them, no doubt about it. I just don't think they got it between the ears to do it. They may do it, and if they do, more power to them. They're not the Rams, though. The Browns are not the Rams. Goff went to the Super Bowl. Gurley is a great running back. They have great receivers. They're fast. I just don't see Cleveland beating this team. Cleveland may throw some points on the board, but they're not going to beat the Rams. 33-24 next Sunday night. Next Monday night, Bears and Redskins, 0-2 against 1-1, I think. And then the Bears win. Yeah, they won yesterday. They came back and beat the Broncos after the Broncos tied it. Or took a lead, rather, I think. The Bears are a good team, no doubt about it, defensively. Boy, offensively, you may have the worst offensive team out there. Mitchell Trubisky is not an NFL quarterback. He's just not. When I call Cam Newton bad or Phillip Rivers, they're not Mitchell Trubisky bad. Okay, I'm saying these guys aren't elite. Well, this guy does not even belong in the league. Mitchell Trubisky is that bad. He is not a good quarterback. When he played at University of North Carolina, he was nothing to write home about. And I was like, what the hell do the Bears want with him? The Redskins have a decent quarterback in Case Keenum. Their offensive coordinator and their head coach has got to get it right, though, about Adrian Peterson. They either got to decide to cut him or let him play. My advice is let the man play. He's running the ball, running it good when you give him a chance. But if they don't get their head out of their ass, they're going to get beat again. They're going to get beat bad. This is more from your heart than it is from my head. I'm going to pick the Redskins to win this ball game. I think the Redskins can win at home. Both have great defenses, but I think this is going to be one that's going to be running up and down the field on them. I'm going to take the Redskins 34, Rams 31. Bears 31. I'm not sure either team can score 30 points here, but I think both quarterbacks are going to make enough mistakes that the defense is going to jump on him, and we'll see what happens there. So far this week, ears stopped up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 and 6, not very good. And I was hoping to win 10 games every week, but I may not do it with the Jets and Browns pick. We'll see about that. But now both guys, Roger, Ward, Phantomatic, both picked the Eagles last night too. and that didn't happen. So, and I picked the Eagles too. So nobody said, "Yeah, I think the Falcons are going to win," but they did. Leave it down below. Leave me a little note. Tell me who's going to win tonight. Browns and Jets. I got the Jets winning 21-20. I'll be back around. God bless. Have a great, great day. And until I see you again, have a great one. Thanks a lot.